brain burps about books. Brain burps about books. Katie Davis, she's the host. Kidlit chats on every post. Writing tips and Kidlit news. Anecdotes and interviews. Brain burps about books. Katie Davis's brain burps about books. The podcast.
Hi, Tony DiTerlizzi. Welcome.
Hi, Katie. Thanks for having me.
You like that false start? And I'm going to pretend like this was the original one and I'm so smooth. Now, a lot of people don't know that you have been one of my favorite guests on one of my videos. And I don't even know if you saw it, but you provided a hysterical moment on a video that I did at ALA the summer before last. When and it was about, I don't know, 175 degrees out in Washington, D.C.
Yes, it's Washington, D.C., June 2010. Big things are happening here. And of course, by that I mean Supreme Court nominations. No. I'm talking about ALA, the American Library Association's summer conference.
Here we are at the American Library Association Conference, Washington, D.C. Weather's a balmy 116 degrees outside.
So I'm definitely going to embed that in the show notes for today's podcast because people will get an idea of you from that, which is it's always fun to get to know our guests in other ways.
All right. Okay. So, being that it's Picture Book Month, I thought there's a picture book this fall that I've been celebrating. And it's great with video that I can't really do with a JPEG is show a book dummy.
Right.
So this is the original book dummy for The Spider and the Fly. I did not put the sticker on. My editor thought it would be funny to put it on after we won when it was returned to me.
Wow.
But this, I do very, very detailed. It's really like the original end papers. I do very detailed book dummies. So here's the, see if I can get it here.
I would be catching the fly in my mouth because it's hanging open in. Oh, no. Tony, how do you, did you print that?
Yeah, I just printed it. These are pencil sketches that would have been blown up. And there's the phone.
Oh my gosh.
Hold on, let me answer it because it is this line. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
No problem.
Hello? Hey! Awesome. I'm just doing my Skype interview. That's okay, I'll call you in a little bit. Okay, bye. All right, I'm back. You want me to cue it back from the beginning or not?
No, go ahead, do whatever. It's okay. That was awesome.
So a lot of times I do the sketches in pencil. Well, I do most all my sketching in pencil. And then I would scan it in Photoshop and do a very quick tonal study. And then these are printed out. I keep the pages loose.
Uh-huh. Why?
And the reason I do that is as we made changes in the book, it's easier to swap the pages out for me and put in a new page spread.
Wow.
So there's the sketch. So
wait.
I pick a trim size that I think would be cool.
Wait, hold it again, Tony. Hold it again. That picture that you just had, because it went fast and you need a couple of seconds. Unbelievable. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, so there's Fly, the sketch of Miss Fly.
Wow.
Let me see. So let me see. Actually, let me see how early this is. This will be kind of a...
How long do you work on a sketch for? Are you a quick drawer or a...
I'm a quick drawer, but I'll do a lot of exploration till I find it. So here we go. Here's like a scene. This would not have been printed in the final book. So this is an early book dummy. Well, a working book dummy.
Love the
shadow. It's the spider carrying the fly up to the parlor. Yeah. It's kind of creepy, but it just didn't quite give the punch that we wanted. And ultimately, what we did was put the actual parlor, which is the other thing about it. So we're celebrating the 10-year anniversary.
Wow.
Spider and the Fly.
It's hard
and one
to
of the things we
believe.
did, because it has that kind of movie, vintage Hollywood movie feel, we did a new jacket, and then we also did, you take the jacket off.
Oh, that is
an old,
awesome.
kind of a classic Hollywood poster inside. So the old movie posters used to be real narrow like this.
Right. And you're going to make librarians crazy with this because they're going to be wanting to take the poster and put it on the wall, and yet they need the cover for the book. So
but it's got the old original. We kept the original cover underneath on the paper
great.
overboard. But so you can compare that scene that I just showed you. Here's like the final scene where the spider was going in, and then it's kind of dark, but there's the fly in her parlor.
Wait, Tony, hold it still. There you go. Now let's see the other side, the other side of the spread. Yes. Now hold it still for a second. Good, because I know this spread, and I love seeing the original sketch, because the thing that I love about that is the shadow on the wall, and it's
So you can see from this early one,
right? The inspiration.
It was an idea that we liked. Let me find it again.
Well, the inspiration for the final, the shadow, is so awesome. And the fact that you're getting the light from the chandelier that is also a spider is fabulous.
Oh, thanks.
So, I love little details like that when I'm doing mine or I'm looking at somebody else's, where you see all the little connections. And it always reminds me, this is going to sound weird, but it reminds me very much of Back to the Future. I remember the movie Back to the Future. Yeah. I remember when I first saw it, every little detail in that movie connects. Like that he wakes up by the clocks and everything's about time, and the fact that the guy the bum in the beginning who's lying on the bench is actually the guy whose farm the Christmas tree farm he breaks through when he goes back, and the farm somehow goes out of business because the development is there. All those little tiny kind of things, and you can do that in books too, where Holes is like that. The novel Holes, with every single thing is connected, and I just love that. And you can do that in picture books too.
Yeah, I mean, I think, it's interesting that you use a film as an example and then a book, because I try to do the same thing when I'm talking stories. But I think both of those are excellent examples of the storytellers really fully understanding the theme of the story.
Right.
Because I think once you kind of get a grasp of what the theme of the story is, then you can allow it to permeate every single detail of the story. And Back to the Future is a great one. It's the theme of the story is, one of the big obvious motivating themes is we're gonna, is time travel possible, and can we travel through time, and what the effects of time are, and if you could go back in time and change things. So from the moment that film starts, we see clocks and things to do with time and the decisions that we make, or what life throws at us, and how that affects current reality. It's been a while since I've read Holes, so I'm trying to think of the same motif. I remember the weird lizards. That's the only thing I remember.
It was amazing, and I haven't read it in a while either. And it's one of the rare books I've read more than once. I don't have enough time in my life to read in the entirety of my life to read books. There's so many books. How can I read one more than once? But this book, the fact that it's so interconnected is fascinating to me, how he did that. And the movie was on, and it's also a very rare movie that I think really, except for the main character, wasn't overweight the way he was in the book. But the everything else, perfection. I did not feel cheated at all. And the whole theme is of a same kind of thing, actually, like what you do in life affects people over time, because the curse was about what somebody had done in the past, and then there was no rain, and then there was actually more than one curse in that, because then there was no rain from Kiss and Kate Barstow, whatever, I can't remember her name, so it's all about family and connection and how we have to stand by each other and all that stuff, and stand up for right against wrong. And I mean, I haven't read it, as I said, in so long. Probably if Louis Sacker ever heard me, he's like, no, it's not about that. It's about candy. I'm like, what? So
don't know. But yes, you're right. I mean, think of, here's a better, broader example. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
My favorite childhood book.
Yeah. So, candy and, the manufacturing of candy from the first pages of that book all the way to the end. That is obviously one of the many themes in that story that exists from the beginning.
And I love the fact that you're talking about picture books and saying that picture books need a broader theme in order to go deeper.